Today's video is brought to you by Magic Candle Company. Honestly, the best selling scent that your money can buy, and I can save you 10% if you use coupon code WorldOfJohnny at magiccandlecompany.com. Now let's get into today's video. So, a few videos back, actually, this video right here, I actually talked about who ms.goof's mom was. And I didn't really have an answer because we never get the name, never get to see her face. All we saw was the background. But then I started to think more and more about it. And again, I lost sleep over this. So I started to do some more research. And I came to the conclusion, what if that's not Max's mom? What if what I told you in that entire video is completely false? What if we never actually physically see Max's mom anywhere in the story? We just know that she's not there. So that lady that we saw is not Max's mom. And that kid that we saw is not Max. It's not Max. I mentioned in the other video that his name was Goofy Jr. Do you know where I'm going with this one? Do you? If so, pause the video and comment down below if you know the answer before I tell you. With that being said, make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss a video. Why? Because I post a video every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. All sorts of fandom just for you. And make sure you check out my merch shelf down below. Now let's get into today's video. Before we get into today's video, and before I tell you the secret about Max's mom and not being Max's mom, a word from our sponsor, Magic Candle Company. Do you ever miss the wonderful smells of the Disney parks? Don't worry, we all do. I mean, that's why I have Magic Candle Company. My wife loves these products, from their candles to the air fresheners to the essential oils, even the room sprays, which she uses as perfume. Yeah, she really does. I use the air fresheners in the car. Smells like Tower of Terror. My favorite is Splash, which reminds me of Splash Mountain. There's tons of these smells. It really reminds you of the happiest place on earth, the place that you love to be, and I love to be. The essential oils are great too. My wife says she even puts it on the toilet paper to make the bathroom smell nice. I never knew. I smelled the bathroom, it smells nice. I never knew what she did, but now I know. Port Orleans has a subtle jasmine violet and a Gardenia with lemon zest and vanilla. It really smells like Port Orleans. You go walk through it, that's what you smell. The Polynesian. This is the Polynesian candle. Sunlit palms, calypso citrus, wild hibiscus, teakwood island fruit, warm musk, and white sands. This is hand sanitizer called Pineapple Whip. Yes, it smells like Dole Whip. I wish I had a Dole Whip right now. It's kind of self-explanatory about what that is. We also have the Floridian. This is Floridian room spray. Green clover and aloe notes of watery green floral jasmine, lily of the valley, and cedar trimmings. That's what I want to smell when I go to the Grand Floridian. So there you go. You can bring the Grand Floridian right back to your home. And Splash. Like I said, Splash is my favorite. It smells like Splash Mountain, which is my favorite ride, if you didn't know that. Damp air and bromine water, which is what you smell when you're on that ride, especially when you get soaking wet and you gotta smell that all day. I love it. I don't know about you, but to each his own. And Villains. I have little essential oil of Villains right here. And Villains smells like scorched bark, fresh cedar pine wood, smoky vetiver, damp earth, and oak moss. Like, these are just great smells. You just, like I said, you buy Magic Kennel Company products, you smell like the parks. You smell like the resorts. They even have Universal Studios ones. So if you're not such a Disney fan and you prefer Universal Parks smells, they have those too. So go to MagicKennelCompany.com. Check out this website. You got a ton of stuff you can buy. And if you use my coupon code, which is World of Johnny, I will save you 15% off. So go check it out. Get these wonderful smells. And pick my wife. And use the room sprays as perfume. Now it's my Puerto Ricans. Let's get back to the video. So, in that video, I was trying to piece together, the different stages of Goofy's career and the cartoons that we see to piece together on who that woman was that is supposedly Max's mom. But that's not the case. As we know, the history of Goofy is that he was originally Dippity Dog, and he is shown in a circus scene sitting there eating popcorn and enjoying the circus. That's the first time we ever see Goofy, or what the character would to become Goofy was. Then we see him as George Geef, which is his father, who actually has that wife and has Goofy Jr. And, I was under the impression that, George Geef was Goofy and, Max was Goof Jr. and the names just kind of changed, just like the name from Dippity Dog changed to George Geef and then eventually changed to Goofy. But what if we put together in this perspective of a timeline of creation of events within this broad universe? Because you could say that Goofy was created at a certain point and he would be this X amount of years old. I'm not doing math right now, because we all know how old Mickey is, and it's a lot. So what if Dippity Dog was just Dippity Dog? It has nothing to do with Goofy or George Geef, or he could even be, let's say, George Geef's father, so that Dippity Dog would then progress down the timeline. George Geef is not Goofy. George Geef is George Geef. George Geef Goof, I believe his full name is, but we know him as shorter George Geef. So what if George Geef is actually Goofy's father? And the little kid we see would not be Max, it would be Goofy Jr., which is, because George Geef Goofy, is his name, so he named the son Goofy Jr. And when that Goofy grows up, he becomes Goofy Goof, the Goofy that we all know. And he has a son named Max with another woman that we don't see. So, the video that I posted last time about Max's mom wasn't really Max's mom. It's in fact Goofy's mom. So now it's a whole big other mystery on, we know who Goofy's dad is. Goofy's dad is George Geef. But now, who is that mysterious woman? Max's mom. What happened? See, I'm so into the tone of Max's mom. It's just... Anyway. So we know who Goofy's father is. Obviously, Goofy's father is George Geef. But we still don't know who Goofy's mom is. Now, what happened to Goofy's mom? We don't know. We see her in the cartoons. Obviously, we don't know her name. Okay. But that woman could have grown up, there are a few cartoons where we see George Geef with Goofy Jr. as, supposedly a single parent, but it's never actually mentioned, hey, she's gone. Never mentioned. There is, some cartoons where George Geef is into a deep depression, but it may just be, showing different aspects of, life and just having different cartoons, whatever. There's no actual full explanation because back then, cartoons, they had the characters, they put them to shorts, they didn't really try to build a timeline. So now I am trying to build a timeline with these cartoons that were never meant to be in this collected universe. So George Geef and his wife grow old, let's say, and move on. Then Goofy, goes to college and starts working at a toy store factory, making toys, and has Max. We don't know what Goofy's wife and Max's mom looks like. Never mentioned. Never mentioned.